Hey guys, Star here. I'm just kind of want to share further on to a video I shared just recently about going shopping today. Oh my god, it was nuts, absolutely crazy. And as much as I've tried, and I'd advise everybody else to do the same, is to stay away from social media. You obviously can't avoid this by going to the shop. It was horrifying, and I just wanted to share how I dealt with that today. And I don't know, it was kind of, I don't usually deal with, lately I don't deal with anything that affects my emotions, and being an empath, I kind of feel frustration quite a lot, I suppose is the appropriate word for it. So rather than be frustrated today, which is a feeling that I know very well, I was faced with, now usually, as some of you may know that and fully understand post-traumatic stress disorder or anything to do with anxiety, when it manifests, it can manifest and end in anger, which you can come out sideways. Some people go inwards, which can be just as dangerous for the individual. And I actually chose to use humor. Why did I? Was it because I was on a platform and people were watching me, or I felt their vulnerability? What? I don't know. It was very surreal, and I chose to dance around the aisles, singing and interacting with customers, which, in all fairness, I'm a people person, so I'm always interacting with people, but I just felt that I needed to do it more, and it got me through this shock of actually what I was seeing with my own two eyes. Basic essentials were not there, and that was quite scary. I don't want to use that word, scary. Is that the right word? No. We all knew this was going to happen. Some of us knew that capitalism is just huge. And I always discuss, when I'm talking about my childhood, and not that I want to talk about too much, but some things I remember was so basic there wasn't choice. And was that because there was not much anxiety or wasn't noticed back then? But I sort of visualise that when I go to a supermarket, and I think, what if there was only 3 choices of that item, or 2? Or failing that one, how much simpler would life be? And that's what it used to be. You had your baker, you had your greengrocer, your butcher, and your fishmonger, and that you knew where you stood. Or today, you're scheduled, you go, oh, I'm going to go and get my fish today, it's Fish Friday. But now we rely on so much, and it's just stuff. So it was a real realization today that actually I'm not going to celebrate not being able to get stuff. And I had to improvise, and that's difficult, especially for myself and parents like me who have autistic children. And their biggest thing is change. Change for anything, transitions from one thing to the next. That is so much to handle for a child that sometimes, with my children especially, it's their anxieties of unpredictableness heightens them, and then it can manifest. And if you don't pick up those triggers or calm them or distract, it's hard work. You've got to do it all the time, constantly prompting and checking and watching for triggers. You're on high alert. So you notice those changes. You get so used to understanding those that now the whole world seems to have to deal with that as well, and they're not coping with that. So let's share some ways of learning to cope. We have to share basic recipes, skills, go back to growing veg. I'm excited. I must admit, I've got some spinach and some tomatoes and chilies. The kids have chose some cress, some kale, because we do like our greens in this house, and we have lots of animals that would benefit too, because we're fed up of having to rely on capitalism and other people when we can become self-sufficient. So we're going to grow potatoes. We're going to go, and it's fun because not only is it about growing things, it's the visualization for you if you're struggling right now with your mental health. And every day, I'm on day 9 of our vegetables, and I will show you at some point later on. This is an exciting thing that I think is really important to do right now, to settle lots of parents or just individuals that are struggling right now. So growing vegetables, that visual of seeds, spring, and things blooming and growing, and knowing that you're going to eat that at the end, it's going to taste so much nicer. So it's about, what can you change? How can you help you? How can you help your family? How can you help your neighbour? Stop and think about how reliant you have become on other people. It's easy to grow veg, but let's challenge you. See if you can grow your own vegetables. It doesn't take long. Bye.